Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. If you're new, welcome, welcome. My name is Georgia. So, we are going to do a recap and review of the Real Housewives of New York, season 15, episode 2. So, if you're not sure which Housewives franchise I am reviewing for this season, I am doing Real Housewives of New York, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Real Housewives of Potomac, and I may add another one depending on what comes next. So I'm trying to do all of them, and I think I'm doing pretty good so far. So and I'm also doing reviews on from the OWN network, which Love and Marriage Huntsville. I didn't do Detroit this season, but I did it last season, but I need to go watch it. So let's get into this review. Real Housewives of New York, season 15, episode 2. And the title is You Can Run, But You Can't Ride. I did not do a review of the premiere episode. However, I did watch it. On the last scene of the episode, when Sai got up and said, "Not today, Satan, not today, Satan." She was talking about Bryn and Bryn twisting stories to make all the girls fight but still be friends with her. We had Erin went on a radio interview and somebody asked, do you think Bryn is a sugar baby? And she said, no, she's not. And one of the hosts said, I think she is, because we still don't know how Bryn makes her money. We don't know how, she doesn't have anything going on like other ladies we know. Some are influencers, real estate agent, fashion designer. We don't know what Bryn does. So hopefully we'll find out this season what she does. And we had Sai go in the comments and said she was once a sugar baby. Take your money and run, girl. So the last scene of the show is where Bryn is throwing her brother a party. She's trying to get him to move back to New York or move to New York. And she threw him a party, and then the ladies were coming at her, confronting her about things she said. About Erin saying that Jenna is broke and doesn't have any money. And what Bryn said about her on the radio. So we're going to continue. We have the last scene where Uba walks in and asks, where's Bryn? And we cut it there. So we thought Uba was she was the middle person for everybody, where she get along with everybody. But come to find out, she have an issue with somebody. And we're going to talk about it in this review. So we ended that scene there with Uba coming and asking, where is Erin? And it just went blank from there. So now we start off with Erin and her mom and Uba. Erin told us that her mom was diagnosed with cancer and had to go into chemotherapy immediately. So she's losing her hair. So they're going to go wig shopping. And in sympathy of her mom, Erin has cut her hair to the same length that her mom has her hair. So, they came into the store where they're going to buy some wigs. The first wig I didn't like. That wig was stiff. Even though they were telling her, go ahead, girl, it looks good. I'm like, no, not that one. That one didn't work. But she didn't end up getting that. She got another one, and the one she bought looked good on her. Uba told her it looks good because the roots match, how her hair actually looks right now. So they did that. While mom is trying on her wig and getting it styled, we have Uba talking to Erin, and Erin is letting her know that, in the midst of her mom getting her diagnosis and letting her know what's going on, she's dealing with some stuff with Abe. And Uba is saying that, how am I supposed to be a good friend and help her and console her when I don't even know what is happening? Because Erin is not opening up and letting everybody know what's happening with Abe. But at some point she does. And Uba is like, girl, I'm here for you. Anything you need. You and I have been friends for a while. Anything you need, I'm here for you. Erin asked her about her relationship because Uba is now dating. And she's like, some talk has been happening about a ring and about a wedding. And about kids. So we don't know what's happening with Uba and that relationship. We will find out more as we go. So now we have, we're touching base with everybody. We see Bryn going out with Jenna. we see Erin and Abe go out with the kids and they talk about betrayal and stuff. And then we have Sai and Jenna go to lunch. And they're talking about their kids and, where they're going to school and stuff like that. And Sai says her daughter wants to go to LaGuardia High School, but she has to audition. If you guys don't know, that is a high school, I believe it's in Queens, where it's a performing arts high school. And a lot of famous people have come out of that school and gone into the entertainment field. So she said her daughter wants to go to LaGuardia, so she's trying to help her, come up with what, the audition is going to be like. And then we have Jenna talking about her son going off to college. And then they talk about Bryn and how Bryn's behavior is. I think last season, Bryn and Sai fell out because I didn't finish watching the entire season 14. And Sai says she has sent Bryn text messages where she's read it and has not responded. She said when they show up on camera, Bryn shows up as a bubbly, fun person, no problem with anybody. But behind the scenes, she will send you an email to cuss you out. So, she's trying to figure out Bryn, even though she's known her for a while. Because I believe it was Sai who introduced Bryn to the group. Or was it Erin? I'm not sure. And so now Jenna and Sai are talking about their relationship. Sai goes in and apologizes to Jenna. Because apparently Bryn went back and told Jenna that Sai was talking bad about her. And some comment was made. I'm not quite sure what. But, Sai apologized to Jenna. They talked about it for a little while. And then they laughed it all. So now they're good. Now we have Jessel and her husband. And we see the twins. They look like they're about 2.5, 3 years old. And they're taking self-defense lesson. I like it when in episode 1, when Jessel's husband took her on the subway and they went to Chinatown to go eat, because now we know that what he does, he's a food influencer, these influencers making money on TikTok and Instagram and their blogs, so don't be playing with them. So they went to go eat a specialty dish from a store in China, from a restaurant in Chinatown. Jessel is trying to get her husband to start planning her birthday party, the gift she wants. She did not like riding the train. She hasn't ridden the train in years. She said her Uber bill is over $900. And it's like, girl, the way we get around this city, the fastest way to get around is park that car, jump on the subway, and you're at your destination, lickety split, they say, or quick fast. So get used to taking the subway. Everybody takes the subway. Everybody gets on the subway at some point or another. So now they have the boys doing self-defense classes. Then we switch over to Uber working out, and she's telling her trainer that she's getting stronger, and the positions that he's putting her into stretch, she could use it with her boyfriend and stuff. You know how Uber is. She is a riot. She is a riot. Then we jump over to Raquel. Raquel is the new addition to the group. She is over there with her, I'm not sure if it's her wife yet or her fiance, and their kids, and they're adding some recipes to their new cookbook. Raquel is letting us know that her fiance or wife, I'm not sure what they are, the dog eats better than, they have a dog and the dog eats better than them as a family. Like, she would actually grill a steak for the dog. He gets massages, acupuncture, all that. And then she's picking up the dog and hugging her, and she's like, the dog is fat. And her fiance was like, well, you're not getting her good side. No, she has an obsession with that dog. The pet, what they call them, pet parents or their fur baby. So, one of the kids were saying they're about to go off to school, and they're going to need that cookbook to help them while they're away. And they were like, no, you're not getting this one. There's a ton of cookbooks all over the house. But most of the cookbooks are for decorations. You know how it is. You decorate your house with art. You do the same thing with books and stuff like that. So it was good to see them as a family unit interact. It was fun to watch. All right. Now, the funny part to me is this scene right here with Bryn and Erin. So Erin is coming over to Bryn's house to talk. And we see the scene where Bryn is getting prepared for, because it's a five-story walk up and the elevator is broken. So we see Bryn say, okay, she's gonna be thirsty. She pulls out a bottle of I think it's Evian water, and then she puts it back in the fridge and said, this bitch deserves tap water. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm clutching my pearls that I don't have on. I'm like, Bryn is really gonna do this to Erin? So she pours the water, cracks the door open, and goes sits on the sofa and wait for Erin to make her way up the stairs. Erin is walking up and she's sweating and she's breathing hard. She's like, oh my gosh, what is this? So when you have such a walk-up story like that, it's not gonna happen. Remember, the guys who came to deliver her furniture took it back because they're like, it's not gonna happen. We're not walking up these steps with these bulky furnitures. So she didn't even get her furniture delivered because of that. So now, she comes in, she sits down on the sofa. So Erin is still sitting there. She's like, there you go. I pour you some tap water over there. I poured you some water, she said, over there. And she's sitting on the sofa. You could tell she's giving Erin the cold shoulder. And Erin is definitely seeing it. Like, this girl is really giving a cold shoulder. And she's like, what is up with us, And Bryn is like, you need to stop talking shit about me. And Erin was like, I didn't talk. I defended you when I went on that show. She said, what about when you talked to Jenna about her car dying? Jenna had this very old Mercedes-Benz, and it apparently died, and they had to get in an Uber, and the Uber cost $200 and something, and Erin had to pay it. And Erin had to pay it, and some back and forth happened about Jenna not having any money. So there was some mixed up there. If you understood, drop it in the comments for me, because I kept watching it over and over again. I'm like, what the heck is going on between these girls? They're just looking for something to fuss about. So she was like, where's the dog? This is Erin to Bryn. Where's the dog? I want to meet the dog. She's like, next time. You're not getting to meet the dog this time. So they talked about it for a little bit. She said, you did, yes, I listened to the radio show and you did defend me, but you could have did more. You could have had them shut it down and don't say anything, because that guy didn't have to say any more than they did. But my question in the whole situation, I still want to know, Erin, Bryn, what is your income? How do you make your money? Most of the ladies on this show usually tells us they use the show to build their platform of whatever they're doing. So what is going on with you? Let me know. So Erin was telling her about her situation, that she's, her mom's diagnosed with cancer. She already knew, but she didn't even ask, what's the update. She's like, there's a lot going on. My family needs me. My kids need me. My schedule is crazy. My husband needs me. And then Bryn goes jokingly, well, if you need some help with Abe, just let me know. But you know how she is flirty and stuff, and she has that thing about her. So they laughed about it, and then she's like, the water I poured for you was tap water. Yes, I'm mad at you, so I was giving you tap water, and you weren't getting to meet the dog, not this trip. So they hugged it out, and they're back on good terms. All right, so that's that scene. Erin, these ladies, they argue, they fall out, but within a couple of days or so, they're okay. But so I don't understand why Bryn and Sai cannot get back together being friends. Why is she so very upset at Sai? Even Sai brought her to the show, did so much for her, threw her Friendsgiving because she knew she wasn't going to be around for Thanksgiving, and she really wants to be her friend and be on good terms with her. But Bryn is like, not yet. I'm gonna keep you at a distance for now. So they need to figure that out and move on with this friendship. So now we have Jenna and her kids, her son, and I think his son's girlfriend and somebody else. Was it just the three of them? Yeah. It was Jenna, her son, and her son's girlfriend. They went rock climbing. I didn't know they had rock climbing down. I think they went by the Pier 57, somewhere around there. Something I gotta check out. So they went rock climbing, and she's telling them, I'm going to try to pack as much time with you as I can into this year, because I know you're getting ready to go away to college, and I encourage you to go as far away as possible, because it's good for you to experience different a different lifestyle, you know, go travel and experience the world, see how other people live and stuff like that. So she's encouraging him to become a traveler, which I agree with. You need not to be so closed in, so closed off. You need to go and travel around the world. Just make sure it's safe places that you travel to and see what's happening. So she was scared to climb the rocks because she's scared of heights, but she did it. She conquered her fear and she did well. It was a little bit okay to watch, but she did it. Then she's like, oh, my car is getting delivered. She's like, I purchased a new car because the other one is a clunker. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? What is she having? What did she buy? And we see that whoever the driver pulled up in a Bentley, girl. Beautiful. Even her son was impressed. He was like, whoa, this is nice. It's a beautiful car. Burgundy in color. When the light hits it, you see the flecks of red. It's a gorgeous car. Gorgeous. So, yep. And they went for their nice ride. So the Bentley cost $217,000. So we have Jenna telling you guys, listen, I got money. Okay? Don't be putting out there that I don't have any money. I got money. She said, I know what it's like to be broke. And I'm not going back there. I got money. So, okay. So now we have Erin. Is it Erin and Abe? No. Yes. Erin and Abe go to lunch. And this is how we find out what happened, why her and her husband have tension. It so happens that as a couple, they purchased some Bitcoin years ago. And now Erin wants to sell the Bitcoin in order to pay off their mortgage because it has grown in interest. It's a lot. She said the Bitcoin right now is a lot of money. She didn't tell us how much, but she wants to sell it so that they could pay off their mortgage and pay off some other big bills that they have. Only to find out when she talked to Abe about selling the Bitcoin, guess what? He already sold it years ago. So of course you would be livid if you and your husband, you or even your partner that you're dating with long time do financial situation together, if your partner went behind you and did something without talking to you first. So there is a lot of tension there. He said to her, he's surprised that she's still around. You know, he thought she was going to leave him, and she's like, but you see that I'm still here. He's like, we're going to work through this, but you cannot do that going forward. And it seems like that wasn't the only situation where he sold. That wasn't the only financial thing he did. He did some other stuff that she didn't tell us about, but that was the major one. Abe told her that, you know, he felt pressure to be more financially set because when he met her, she was being, you know, wined and dined by other people, and he wanted to have her. So he made himself seem like he had more money than he did. But okay, if that's the case, Abe, why didn't you just wait until you were actually in a position to give her the lifestyle she wanted? And to Erin's point, she's like, that's not the lifestyle I want. I was being wined and dined, but there was no intercourse or anything like that. They just wanted to do it for me. And I'm not that type of person, or so, you know, shallow that I would want somebody to take care of me. She's like, money isn't all to me. I could build it and get my own, which is, see what I'm doing. But you didn't need to do that. So now that they have their children, the 3 kids they have together, you know, they're together now. So I hope, Abe, she said, going forward, you need to talk to me about anything financial that you're doing that involves both of our money, because that's not right. So he agreed to, but let's see if going forward, if that's going to be the case. But she is really, really, really upset, and she has every right to be. All right, so now we left that scene with them having lunch, and then we have Uba and Sai. They went shopping because they're going to the Hamptons, so they're looking for clothes to go to the Hamptons. We said Sai says she keeps looking for button-ups because she's starting to dress like Jenna. And we have Uba coming in talking about her boyfriend and stuff like that. This is where I think that store sold it's a mixture of clothing and accessories. So she was also looking at jewelry. She saw a yellow diamond, and she was telling Sai, she went to her no, she was telling the associate in the store that she went to her boyfriend and told her that when he's ready to engage, she wants a yellow diamond. And he went to go check out the prices and like, wait a minute, it's more expensive than a traditional diamond. She's like, I know, but that's what I want. So the two ladies are there. They're talking about going to the Hamptons, and they're talking about the friendship dynamic. And we hear Uba talk about something that that Bryn did. She said she only told 2 people about her relationship. It was only Sai and it was only Bryn, because it was still pretty new. And in the friendship group in a large setting, we hear Bryn yell out, Uba, tell us about your new man, or something to that effect. So she said with that, she has pulled herself away from Bryn like way back, because, certain things I tell you, I didn't give it to you to go talk about. I'm telling it to you in confidence. So why are you yelling it out in front of the group? So with that now, the ladies decide that, then the Bryn invitation, Bryn had invited the ladies to the Hamptons, and with Bryn's invitation comes with a helicopter ride. So Bryn decided, no, not Bryn, Uba and Sai decided that she's going to drive. Uba decides she's going to drive, and Bryn and Sai's like, I'll drive with you. So the two ladies are going to drive out to the Hamptons, and that's where they left it. Now we have the ladies getting ready to go to the Hamptons. We see them show up at the heliport. I believe that's at 34th Street. And they show up at the heliport, and the ladies are there waiting for the other ladies to show up. They already knew that Uba and Sai were going to drive, so they're waiting for Jenna. So we have Bryn show up first, then we have Jessel show up, and then we have Rebecca Minkoff. I didn't let you know Rebecca Minkoff, she's a handbag designer, beautiful handbags. Bryn made a statement talking about, you'll find her handbags at Nordstrom off the rack, because if that's a lower end, or that's kind of like a Nordstrom discount store. So she's trying to take a dig at Rebecca, but her handbags are beautiful. And so we have Bryn show up, then we have Jessel, then we have Rebecca show up, and they're waiting for Jenna. And Jessel decides to call Jenna, ask her, where is she? And she's like, Sai was supposed to tell you that I'm driving, or Erin was supposed to tell you that I'm driving out to the Hamptons. She did it on FaceTime. And they all saw the emblem of the Bentley behind her. When you lean forward a little bit, you could see the insignia of the vehicle you're driving, if it's a high-end vehicle. And they saw the Bentley, and they were like, wait a minute, what is that you're driving? And she was like, yeah, I'm in my new car. I'll see you guys in a little bit. So they were like, she hung up from them with that. And then the lady's like, all right, let's go. Let's take off. They are on the helicopter heading to the Hamptons, which is a 45-minute ride from New York City to the Hamptons. So it's only Bryn, Jessel, and Rebecca on the plane. We have Bryn trying to have a conversation with Rebecca regarding some article that's supposed to come out. Something to do with the Scientology church. I'm not sure exactly what that is. I need to go research it and come back to y'all with the information in the next review. And Rebecca was like, I wish this girl would stop talking to me in a helicopter that's so loud about what's going on. And then, I guess she finally got the message. And then they started taking selfies. And then we have Jessel complaining that she needs to use the bathroom. How long is this ride? We need to get there, whatever. And that is where the episode ended. So yeah, that is the review of episode 2 of The Real Housewives of New York. I'm guessing when we get to the Hamptons now, everybody's going to have conversations regarding what their issue is. Sai is finally going to get a chance to talk to Bryn and probably call her out, because Sai is not going to leave it alone like that. She's going to make sure this girl talk to her and hash it out. So because I think that's the only tension now amongst the group. Maybe we'll have Erin open up and tell the girls what's going on with her and Abe, and the stress with her mom having cancer and having to go through chemotherapy and all that. But yeah, we're just starting out the season 15. So, we're still just getting into it. But it seems like there's stuff going to be happening this season. I wonder what Rebecca Minkoff is going to bring to the table. We don't know anything really about her personal life or anything. So she's going to have to share that with us. And we really wants to know what Bryn does for a living. We need to know, girl. Yes. You put your life on television. You put your life on reality TV. So yes, we want to know what you do for a living and how you make your money. So, and that is it. Make sure that you check out all the links in the description. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, share the video. And until next time, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye.